Okay, I'm going to do another one of those videos where I biface everything in the box. And this is another box from Bill Taylor. Yep. And if I can, I'm going to make a larger biface that has the cortex at the bottom. If I can find one. It shouldn't be too hard, but we'll see. So I'll start off with this one. I need 2 gloves, actually. Matching. Gotta be matching. There's some snow in the shop. I didn't warm it up before I got in here. This should be interesting. This should be interesting. Alright. Yeah, yep. Nice. It looks like there may be some issues with this one. It's hard to tell which way I should go. Ooh, nice. So this is a gray butter Obsidian. Yeah. I'm just going to nap all the way around it. I'll probably speed up as I go. Let's see what if I use like the edge or the side of a bopper to abrade, it produces less dust. Yeah. So let's try that. It creates less dust than the abrader. All I need to do is rub off the delicate areas, so that might work at this stage. It looks like there's a crack in there, perhaps. I'm getting some text messages. I wonder if I can respond to text messages while I have the video on. I don't think I've ever tried that. I'd like to be able to just respond quickly to a text message. Hardly ever answer regular phone calls, or hardly ever make regular phone calls either. I do everything by text. I got some people I need to call back though. I should do that before I start the video. Yeah. But if I do that before I start the video, I'll never start the video because I got a lot of stuff to do. Other than napping. And the more calls and texts I respond to, the more other stuff I end up doing. So I've got to time it to where I can do it, but not while I'm napping. Yeah, it's cool. It's nice. I'm not going to have cortex on the bottom of this one, I don't think. No. It's got to be rounded. Makes it easier if it's rounded. You know, this one's kind of scooped out, but I don't know. Maybe I can include it. I don't know. Yeah, like in that other box of obsidian that I napped and was going for cortex on the bottom. Everything revolves around that feature. If that has to be in there, all the napping revolves around that feature. I don't think that feature was necessarily intentional on a lot of those. I think it was incidental just because they wanted to preserve the maximum length. Because yeah, it's kind of a pain to nap, do everything that you possibly can to make sure that it's guaranteed to stay in there at the bottom. You know, directly in the center, you're gonna nap away all the other stuff that does not coincide with that one feature. And if it's a real narrow point, you end up wasting a lot of this other stuff. So, unless they didn't care about wasting it, I think it was probably incidental most of the time. I mean, you could spend, if it happens to be in a good spot, and it's not too much of a hassle to keep it in there, yeah, I suppose it could be intentional. Oh, God. It's a crush. But I think that's the only situation where it would be, you know, logical or reasonable for it to be intentional. Oops. I took off some of the tip on that one. I think I'll speed up here in a minute. Right now I'm trying to get back in the swing of things, so to speak. There's a little defect right there. Right where it's not supposed to be. Yeah, this produces a lot of dust. Okay, so it got napped out. Oh, I did overshoot a little bit. Dang it. Left a weird edge on it. Got a flake on my face, stuck on my face. Yeah, the flake got stuck on my upper lip. It's doing the thing. The terminations are getting unpredictable. That's the thing. That's what it does. Am I going to leave that cortex on there? I don't think so. I think the size of this bopper is 5.7 ounce. Yeah. People usually don't ask me what size of bopper I'm using. I think most people have their preferences. But they do ask me what size of copper rod I use for indirect percussion. So, let me just review it for myself. If this is quarter or 5/16. Now that I'm thinking about it. This is the 5/16. I think I've made a mistake in saying that's quarter inch. And see, this one I use for small points, and this one's just for all my regular work. On larger points, 3/8, yeah. So 5/16. I gotta remember that, because quarter inch will bend. It bends too much, unless I'm working on a very tiny piece. Alright, so this is good enough. I can easily take this and thin this down with the indirect percussion. Yeah, so there's that one. This one's got some nice banding in it. Let's see what we can do about getting rid of all those defects. This has got a nice turtle back on it. I got a weird comment about a turtle back. I think someone was not watching the video or something because they thought I was talking about a real turtle or something. Yeah, they had it on in the background. Maybe the video was on in the background, and they heard something about turtleback. I don't know. I know you guys, some of you leave the videos on in the background. It seems to be a fairly common thing to do with YouTube videos in general. Just have something playing in the background. Yikes. That's a big defect. I can still make an arrowhead out of that one. I can make an arrowhead out of that one. Let's see. We'll see what happens. I don't need a big bopper for this, so I'm just sticking with my little one. Is the little one more accurate? I don't know. might use a larger bopper to get rid of that turtleback. But a small one, I think, will do it. I can swing hard enough. I probably can swing hard enough to get rid of it. I hit there because if it's going to break, it'll break because of something in this area. So I might as well get it over with sooner than later. So I want to see what's in there. Yeah, it made some weird flakes in that area, but I think it'll be okay. I don't know, sometimes I think it's better to attack it directly, and sometimes I don't think that's a good idea. I'm not sure exactly what the best strategy is. Best strategy is to do it right. Just do it like you're supposed to. What is supposed to? The supposed to is whatever works right. Right? That's what I'm supposed to do. Whatever it is that makes it successful is what I'm supposed to do. Of course, you only know that after the fact. Yeah. Doesn't really help. There's an issue right there too. Still an issue right there. That did not help. This is very similar to the buttery Obsidian. It's just a little more crackly, but it's very similar. Yeah, I said that already. I know. I'm going to have to go to indirect percussion to get these other lumps out. I'm not accurate enough with the bopper. It's got to be very accurate. Why? I don't know. It just feels like I'm not getting anywhere with the bopper. And I can't get those flakes exactly like that with the bopper because I can't be that accurate. I mean, I can get them like that, but it would be luck. It's not good to depend upon luck. Yeah, see, that would be luck if I would hit that exactly like that with the bopper. I can do it, but, you know, maybe if I had better coordination. Someone wanted me to make a Clovis out of Obsidian. I suppose on video. I think it was an auction comment, actually. I can make more Clovis points. They're relatively easy compared to the ones that need to be very, very thin or really long. The Clovis is actually pretty easy. By comparison, when it comes to Obsidian, almost any point type is fairly easy. It's when it starts to get long and thin and wide. Yeah, that it gets difficult. The ideal is long, thin, and wide, but you can usually only get 2 out of those 3. I tried to explain that before, but I got mixed up. I forgot as I was trying to explain it. I forgot what I was supposed to say. I'll have to write it down. You can only have 2 out of 3 in most cases of those 3 characteristics: long, thin, and wide. I'll have to write it down so I don't mess it up. That way I can repeat it. Or that way I can say it without having to repeat it to myself over and over again and see if I got it right. Is that good enough? I don't think I got all the defects out yet. Yeah, that would be very hard to do with a bopper, because I gotta get in there at just the right spot. Probably should have done these end flakes sooner, so I don't snap this. It's called napping, not snapping, after all. Yep. Does it have transparent areas? It looks like it does, but I can't see. Is that it? Is that the material I'm working with? I guess it is. It's hard to see, but I think there's some transparent areas in it. When I get it thinner, you can see it better. Okay. Alright, that's good enough. Let's look at some other stuff. These are just, I don't know if he sent me this or if this is a consequence of another piece I was working on. Another consequence, another spall or something off a piece I was working on, but I think Bill's the one that did this one. I don't know. It had some breakage around the edges. This may be just a spall. So let me work it down. There's still some nodules in this other box up here. But let me work this down and see. This is some of my favorite stuff here. Yes, it is. Let's work it down to see if it's good. Or if it's got issues. I think it's good. Okay. I had itch on my nose. I shouldn't. wipe my nose with my sleeve, but it's itchy. Why don't you wipe your nose with the sleeve? Everyone who's not glass knows that you don't wipe your nose with your sleeve because you got glass on the sleeve. But I did anyway. There's little bitty pieces of glass, but I think I'm alright. I may have to take a little pause because it's still itchy. And yeah, itchy messes up my Flintknapping. Oh, nice. No major issues, hopefully, under any of this cortex. Please. That'd be nice. There's an issue right there. Of course. Right on the tip. Am I getting it? No. Not getting it. It's still there. Let me see. There. Yeah, okay. If I remember, I need to start reading excerpts out of books during my channel news videos. I think I'm going to do a channel news video tomorrow, right? I think it's on the schedule. I wrote a schedule for this week. Yeah, my nose is itching. Hold on. Okay. I itched it with the inside of my jacket. Yeah. Should have a little mirror just in case it's not a piece of glass that's itching me. So if I rub it and it's a piece of glass, I'm in big trouble. Oh, that didn't go at all because it's a crack right there. I hit straight into that one. Let's see. Why do I hit the other way first? Just to balance it out. And move the edge that way a little bit. And, before I do that, let me take care of the rest of this. That one looks fairly easy to pop out of there. I want to see what else is left. Sometimes it's good to know your options. Sometimes like a strike like that will go right across and take all that out. It didn't, but it could have. think there was another comment on the auction. Someone said they wish they had some skills so they could do something similar, I suppose. He just said, I wish I had skills. You just got to do it. Keep doing it. Do it over and over again until you get different results. Okay, there we go. We're seeing that there are still some issues in the middle. Yes, we are seeing it, because you are seeing it too, I hope. What do I do? I'm looking for my file. Someone's gonna say, you got a whole box of files, dude. Why don't you just get the box? Where's the box? That's true. I have a box. I have a little basket full of files. Why don't I just get that? I don't know. Maybe I'm mentally handicapped? Maybe? Well, there's no maybe about that. I want to show you how organized I am. I got artifacts, templates. These are acrylic paints. I've got more templates. I've got a package cover from a tubular package. I got business cards. I got a glass cutter. Mike Tufts sent me this, I think, or somebody. Maybe Sal. I don't know. Business card. I've got a bunch of files in here. Yeah. That's a punch that you use to start with a drill. You know, you punch the material, then it's a metal thing or whatever, and then you can start drilling it. I tried this on rock. It doesn't work because it's too powerful. It works too good. Let's get out the types of files I need so I can have them available in the box of my other stuff. I like these flat ones. I don't like... Yeah, that's a flat one. There's a triangular one in here. I don't like the triangular one if it's in here. It's not. Okay. I don't like the triangular one for just to grab and go. It's a specific use for the triangular one. I use those mainly for notching. Alright, anyway, that goes back over there. But yeah, a lot of my baskets are just like that one. I could spend a whole week organizing baskets, and then after a month I gotta organize them again. Because I look for stuff. In my process of looking for stuff, the baskets get rearranged. Yeah. And unlike some people, I can't remember what's in the baskets. Some people have a system where they can remember where everything is, even though it's all disorganized. I wish. I just try not to have too many baskets, because the contents of that basket could be divided into like 5 different baskets with just little bits here and there. But I don't like that situation where I'm just... The whole shop is nothing but little containers of stuff. I don't know what to do other than to simplify what I'm doing so I don't have to do all kinds of stuff all at once. Just pick a subject for a week or 2 or a month and only have stuff I need for that one type of thing. Put everything in storage. Everything else. I could do that. I probably should do that. But what's hard about that is I do forget where I put stuff in the storage. And I forget I have it. Like, did I actually have those acrylic paint tubes? I'm at the store and I'm going, I see acrylic paint tubes. They're on sale. Do I already have that set? I don't know. Don't remember. It's in storage. I don't look at it every day. I need to have my memory refreshed. And yeah, it's not an easy life when you have to deal with weird memory issues. But I've always been that way. Some might say, yeah, it's because you're getting old. Well, that probably does not help, but I've always been that way. I've had workarounds. Yeah, the easiest workaround for that is just to get more organized. That way you can fit a bunch of stuff in a small space if everything's organized. But then I'm a little clumsy, so if I'm in a hurry, I'll just throw something into a big neat assortment of baskets. I'll just throw stuff in there, and because I don't want to take the time right at that moment to stick them in there neatly or whatever. Yeah. Anyways. That's good enough for that one, right? Yeah. I need to move on to the next one. That's good enough. Bill sent me a bunch of these round ones. They're not that challenging, bro. Yeah, some might say for you, maybe. I don't know, I guess I got used to doing stuff like this with flint and chert. Landscape stones. I just watched a video, and I'm not going to say who it was because I don't want to get him in trouble, but I mean, he's getting himself in trouble because he admitted that he got a lot of his stone that particular time from a landscape in a public area at a restaurant or something. I say public area. In the parking area. I won't say anymore. But yeah. It's amazing sometimes what you find in the landscapes. Personally, I don't pick up landscape stone anymore. No. I see it, I identify it, I try to find the source. Where do they get it? Is it a landscape supply company down the street? Or is some kind of corporate contact for this kind of fill for the landscaping? Only the corporate guys know where to get this stuff. It's all a hidden little community of developers. They supply each other with materials, building materials, landscape materials. You don't know. Anyways, yeah, that's the way to do it. You got to find the source for it. Sometimes it's just down the street. I've seen that. They go, hey, that restaurant is using that fill, and there's some knappable stuff in there. Not much. Are they getting that locally? Let's go look a little bit around the neighborhood. That's if it's in a major city. it might be in the neighborhood. If it's very rural, then it's probably the supplier is probably not close by. Anyway, I have found landscape supply yards that have small amounts of chert and flint. Very small amounts within their big, huge piles of landscape stone. You got to sort through it, or you got to pick out the good pieces. Some of them are no bigger than this, like the round one I just snapped. They're no bigger than that. Of chert. So you gotta get good at smacking those to break them in half. That's the best way to do it. That way you're not spending too much time napping around the edges. You just pick one of those round things up and look for a spot where you can break it in half or close to it. You can see what's inside. Sometimes it's all nasty. Let's see. You could bring an abrader with you too, but I just usually bring a ball peen hammer to the landscape supply. You know, I cut the end off of this one, but they sell them with short handles. I just don't have a short handled one. It's a special name for them too, but I can never remember. Yeah, you break them like this at the landscape supply yard, and you go, it's good or it's not good. Yeah, it's one of the two. Break them open. Is it good or not good? This one's good. Luckily, you can find these still in the wild, so to speak. Yeah. These obsidian nodules. They're not that difficult to find. They may become scarce if enough people get into napping, which can be a nuisance, but I think that just drives the rockhounds to look even harder. And the more expensive the rock gets, the more rockhounds it attracts. And the price will fluctuate depending on how many people get into the market. Yeah, it overshot a little bit. Luckily, not too much. Yeah, that has a nice look to it. I don't know if I'll be able to make anything out of that thin one other than a little teeny itty bitty arrowhead. I always say I'm going to sort through these later. I hardly ever do. I just got baskets of those. Yeah, I like the smaller bopper a little bit better. I used to have issues with the smaller bopper in that it caused me some pain when I used the smaller bopper, but it's going away. I don't get the same kind of pain anymore. And I don't know what I did, but it got fixed. Maybe just using the smaller bopper more often. I don't know what kind of muscles it pulls on that the big bopper doesn't. but it doesn't bug me like it used to. Yeah, see, that one required some accuracy. Just another relaxing day. At the bifacing races. But I'm not racing to win. Just racing to stay in shape, I guess. I use the word races because it rhymed with bifaces. Yeah, Obsidian does that weird crackling. What causes that? I think it's what causes all that weird crackling is if I hit into an area that hasn't completely detached yet. There's still, you know, flakes and crud in there that haven't popped out. All those fragments bump into each other and cause some weird cracking. I think that's what it is. So I gotta make sure everything's detached. If I'm gonna be doing it carefully, if I don't care too much, then I don't worry about everything being detached. Yikes, I didn't go anywhere. And that was a hard hit. It feels like triple flow, so it should be pretty good. It shouldn't give me any issues. But if it starts to act like it wants to be tough and it doesn't do anything when I hit it, that's the first sign there's going to be some incipient cracks on the edge. And those mess you up when you're not looking. And when you least expect it too. You're not looking for existing cracks along the edge necessarily. You're looking mainly for opportunities. You'll miss some of the cracks and then they'll open up right when you don't want them to. Yeah. Ah, come on, come on. I don't like it when it doesn't do anything. Yeah, like that. It's not doing it. It's not doing anything. Sometimes. I think I'll leave it. Yeah, it has a weird consistency. A little bit different than the others. leave it for now. I'll come back to it later. Make something out of it. Some people want to see only the little ones. I can understand that because sometimes that's mainly what they have. That's all they can get is these little pieces. You can even go to a rock shop and they might have these little ones. For, you know, you can buy them in bulk maybe. I've been to a rock shop where I could buy obsidian. Lots of pieces all in bulk, but I'd be lucky if they were 2 inches long. But some of them are rainbow obsidian, even though they're little pieces like this. Snowflake obsidian, Apache tears, different kinds of obsidian, but only in small pieces. They're still knappable, and they do make nice arrowheads, especially for pendants. If you're into the jewelry side of knapping. See, that needs more accurate strikes. Yeah. It's not doing anything. Yeah, like that. This might seem small, but it's actually pretty large in comparison to many of the artifacts that you find made of obsidian. A lot of them are itty bitty. In comparison to what modern knappers usually produce, a lot of these artifacts are itty bitty. So yeah, they were picking up batches of stones, little ones, knapping them down, probably carrying all those little bifaces back to the campsite. This has got some Aurora to it. Aurora Borealis look to it. I can see, yeah, see how it changes color? They call some of this pink lady if it shows a pink color, but this one just shows some kind of gray. As far as I can see, as far as I can tell. Yeah, if I do that. But I don't have much choice. I gotta stay. I don't have much choice on where I put the center line because I've got to stay within this little blocky chunk. Within whatever it gives me. Because there is some defects in there, so it may not give me a full biface. It might actually crack. See, I think there's a crack in here, right through there. Right in through here. That'd be a bummer. I was aware of the crackliness there, but I didn't see that possibility of a internal defect. Yeah. Oh well, let's see how well this goes. Can't do nothing about it. If there's an internal defect, that's just the way it goes. It might just be too small. Or it might break if I drop it on the flakes. Let's see. Let's switch to a smaller flaker. Get in there more precisely. There's definitely a crack in there. Hope I'm not coming down with another cold. Yeah, I went to a doctor's appointment this week. What was it? Yesterday? Was it that soon? Oh yeah, it was yesterday. I hope I don't catch a cold. A lot of times after I go into the doctor, I'll catch something. Drains all my energy. Not that I have a lot, but yeah. I go back in on Friday. Yeah, every time you go in to see a doctor, they do like a consult, right? And then, or an evaluation. And then if they refer you to another doctor, you got to go and pay for that evaluation. Yeah, so. They get you. Even though the procedure might not cost a lot, they get you in these evaluations and referrals. Oh yeah, I got to refer you to a specialist. Hold on. Are you going to transfer all the documents? Oh yeah, they'll have access to all the stuff that we discussed during our evaluation. Okay, cool. You get over there. Well, I want to ask you a bunch of questions again. Yep. And give you another evaluation, see if you actually do need my services. They don't word it like that, but they just go through another rigmarole and they go, okay, we'll schedule you. What? I thought today was the day. You're saying to yourself, no, it turns out today is not the day. It's just so you can get acquainted with the new doctor and they'll do a little evaluation. I see how this racket goes. It seems like a racket, but who knows? I've been through this rigmarole before. You go in to see somebody and they usually end up being not the person you need to see. They have to do a referral. Yeah, I can't handle this particular issue, so I'm gonna go see somebody else. Yeah, I did an evaluation on you and all that, but yeah, and you gotta pay for all that, even though it's not really an evaluation of the condition that you need to have evaluated. What? I'm thinking to myself, couldn't the other doctor do this evaluation instead of you having to spend your time doing it? I guess they need to evaluate before they can send you for another evaluation. Yeah. They can't send you to be evaluated by the correct evaluator until they give you an evaluation. Yeah. Okay, this is not doing anything. It's gonna make me hit it hard enough to break it. I think I got the crack out, unless that's it right there. If that's it right there, I haven't gotten it yet. It's still in there. Hopefully that's just the edge of a flake and not the crack. I can't ever tell sometimes. It's hard to tell sometimes. And then you gotta thin that tip down first before I start hitting on that crack again. I've already taken too many chances with a tip that's already too fat. Yeah, even on these small ones, you gotta worry about that. And yeah, I could break it right now if that crack is actually pretty deep. I could crack it just by working on the tip. It seems to be holding together pretty well. So if this works out, what do I make out of it? What do I make from it? I can make Gunthers, right? Or are Gunthers not made of obsidian? I don't remember. I'm sure there's a fancy schmancy arrowhead type made of this type of material. Not just a triangle. I think it's still cracked. Yeah. Okay, come on. Come on, come on. I'm just going to do preliminary flaking. Come on. You should be able to flake. Yeah. I don't want to get napper's cramp this early, so let's just finish this off with some indirect percussion to see where that crack is going. And at the same time, thin this down a little bit. And at the same time, try to create some regular flaking. Sequential flaking that everybody likes. Yeah, there's an issue. There is an issue. But it doesn't go all the way through. I think I got 99.9% of it. Yeah, there's an issue right there, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. I'm not going to finish this out on video. I just wanted to get rid of that crack. I think that did it. There might still be a little remnant, but it's still real thick. Really thick. Give me some room to work with in that one. Yeah, he picks up these little ones. I think he picks these up so he can see how I deal with these. Same as everybody else. Okay. Take a deep breath and hope for the best. Oh, did it overshoot? Took off some of the tip. It's not good. I think I messed that up when I was hitting in that area just now. This feels very delicate. There, it's going to be crackiola pudding. Yikes. It's diving. Dive, dive, dive like a U-boat in distress. I'm hitting it with some depth charges and it's diving like it's in distress. I think that's good enough to be, qualified as a Biface. Yeah, that's good. What is this? Oh, it's more of that pink lady, maybe. You thought this was only going to be big pieces, huh? A demonstration of how to knot the big pieces. No. Oh, there's a pink lady effect. But that's in the wrong plane. That would have to be in this plane here. But that goes against the length of it. I would have to take off pieces like that. Like chopping an onion. But I can't chop an onion. I mean, I could, but those are little teeny itty bitty slices. How do you slice it? You don't slice it. Yeah, see, it's at the wrong angle to capture it. I would have to slice it this way. If I had a saw, I could slice it, but still, it wouldn't yield big pieces. No. See, measly Mises like big pieces. Yeah. It's got the pink lady effect right there. Oh well. I have to go with what will maximize the biface. It might still be cool to look at from the side view when it's Arrowhead. Maybe. But you won't be able to get that effect because, like I said, it cuts across this way. Yeah, I mean, you can make an arrowhead, but it's not going to capture that pink lady effect like that. All right. What is this? It looks like one of my pieces that I usually spall off a larger piece. How do I get rid of the turtleback and maximize this for a biface? Well, fair warning, you may not understand it, so you may not want to watch this. Yeah. You can see it. You can hear it. You know what the material is. Yet somehow you don't understand it. Because when you actually get out to the shop to do it, it doesn't do it. Yeah, I know. I've been there. It didn't used to do it for me either. No. It always wanted to be tough. Either really tough or really fragile. There it goes. Yeah, scooped it. I'm going to maximize this, or these, to get a biface out of them, even though they might have an iridescent glow in a certain direction. I'm not going to pay attention to that. I'm just going to make bifaces. Now, if I can whittle it down and capture the effect, I will try. Yes. If it looks possible, I will try. I'm always afraid to look because overshots are so common on this stuff. But luckily they didn't do it. And for those of you who don't understand how to do that, I hope you were looking away because it's quite traumatizing, I agree. I was looking right at it, watching, I wasn't even blinking. And I didn't see how it was done. I can't understand it. Hit rewind and everything. I was trained by aliens. Yeah. How else can I do this? Some might say, you better not kid around like that because some of your viewers might think you're telling the truth. That you actually believe you were trained by aliens to do this stuff. If I was tuning in and that was the first thing I heard when I turned that video on, I would seriously reconsider remaining on this channel. I know. I probably lose a lot of viewers that way. Yeah. Some might go, I'd rather watch that Homestead guy or watch one of them other popular guys. They can't afford to say stuff to lose viewers. They got too much to lose. So they'll never say they were trained by aliens. You're probably right. I've been noticing that my viewers are finding me through suggested videos now instead of just random searches, which is good. Hopefully. Yeah, I thought that was a good sign. Because it implies that they're actually looking for Flintknapping and they're not ending up on the weird side of YouTube by accident. Yeah. Because this is definitely the weird side of YouTube. This is definitely... When it's cold in a shop, my mouth tends to freeze. Space heater's going pretty good, but it's not perfect. Especially when there's a draft outside. A breeze outside causes a draft inside. I think that's good. Did you see how I did it? No? There's a little bit of iridescence. Yeah, this is all cool stuff. It's high grade stuff. If I haven't mentioned it yet, that's high grade stuff. What else we got? Can we go for an hour and a half? Yeah. Let's see. We got this one. What is this one? It's a challenge. That's what it is. No, I mean, what kind of material? So it's dark on this side and light on that side. It's a challenge. That's not doing anything. Come on. Gotta do something. I wonder what the transcript says down below when I say stuff like something or nothing. It's doing something or not doing nothing. Is it doing something? I wonder what it translates that as. They used to translate this abrading and stuff as music. Now I don't know what I gotta look at the transcript, see what it's translating this stuff as. If I can remember, I'll look at the transcripts and have a good laugh. Oh, this has that pink lady effect too, but in the wrong direction, right? Yeah. What do I mean by wrong direction? I just can't see it in the biface unless it's at a weird angle. I'm not going to pay attention. I'm just going to get rid of the lumps. I had a feeling you were going to do that. Where's that? Where's that file? It was working really good. Some of these files work better than others. Of course, they start wearing down, and they don't work well when they start wearing down. But dang it, one of these, I guess it's this one. It's tearing right through that obsidian. Yeah, it's this one here. Look at that. Tearing right through it. Like it was nothing. I'm not too worried about this surface. Maybe I should be. You never know. It's not good. It's not good to have a big old step fracture. It's never good. No. Unless you like step fractures. I have yet to meet a flint napper that actually likes them. Other than the ones that like them on Clovis points. It wouldn't be the same without the step fracture on the top of the flute. Because that's where they hold it. That's where it holds on to the wood. Yeah, that step fracture is where the wood bumps up against. Yeah, and what percentage of Clovises have that nice, neat little step fracture? 1%? Because most of them, feather out pretty neatly. Nope. I'm not looking at those. I'm only looking at the ones that have the nice, neat termination step fracture. I don't need to look at nothing else. Or they just don't know. They don't know that most Clovises don't have that nice little neat termination in a step fracture that can actually butt up against wood or bone or whatever they're using to haft it. Those step fractures are incidental, not intentional. It's an important concept. Yeah. Kind of like the important concept of drinking water before you start a video. Yeah. Luckily, I haven't spoken very much during the video, so it took a little while to catch up to me. Don't overshoot. Okay. That was a close one. Yeah. That one shows the iridescence. That was lucky. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, and it was lucky it caught the backside of that step fracture too. I was hoping it would go this way toward that step fracture, but no, it took a little turn. You notice some of these flakes, now that I'm, trying to explain a little bit more, they take detours. They don't go where you shoot them. See those, I don't know what you call them, the waves. They indicate that the flake should have gone this way. But no, it went, it took off that way. Of course, it was alright. But it seems like this would be the path of least resistance, but no. This may be a tough spot. Yeah. Or maybe I'm just always complaining about the exceptions. It doesn't always do that. No, I know it doesn't always do that. I'm just showing you when it does. It doesn't always do that, but once in a while, unexpectedly. That's why I say the termination of the flake is the most unpredictable part. If you're trying to damage control with the terminations of the flakes, like I'm trying to shoot a flake over there so it would take the backside of that step fracture off, it may do something different at the termination. It may not go that way. It went that way. As an example. Okay? Okay. Everybody get it? Everybody get it. Everybody got it? Everybody got it. And I gotta look at the transcript. See how it translated. Everybody got it. The word is not translate, it's transcribe. Right? I think so. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. Somebody knows. It's always some random smart guy on the internet that knows. The transcript transcribes. It doesn't translate unless you have it set to translate. Right? I think. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to do a pass up the side here. I don't want no misbehavings. I better do something every time I strike it. I don't want no incipient squatters messing up my day. If it doesn't do anything, they start to squat in there. I scooped it too much. Did I just do that? I just did that, didn't I? Dang it. Why did I do it? I tried to avoid the incipients. That's why I said to myself, if I just take a nice bold flake, it'll do something, and I won't have to worry about these little cracks remaining in the edge. But no, it scooped it too much. Let's see. If you're gonna scoop it, let's scoop it productively. Yeah, like that. Well, except for the overshot. The crapiola pudding overshot on the other side. There's craciola pudding and crapiola pudding. Yeah, crappy or cracky. It's two different kinds of pudding. That's crapiola pudding. That's the overshot. Any crackings? I don't see any cracklings anywhere. I think we're in the clear. Pun intended. Well, no, pun not intended, but it worked out well. Incidental pun, not intentional. It's not doing anything. Not supposed to do that. I worry about it with this stuff because on the other pieces it had some internal cracks and where I couldn't see them until it was too late. I don't want to add to the misery with more internal cracks by accident. Let's try to get rid of that lump right on the side there. Yes, yes. It didn't do it. Because I hit dead on. Frontal attack. I shouldn't have done that frontal attack. I gotta be more sneaky than that to get rid of the step fractures like that. I gotta do a flank attack. It's just so much easier to do a frontal attack, but it doesn't work. I try to flank that step fracture. There's still some remnants, but it's better than a frontal attack with more stepping. Yeah. Anything is better than more stepping, other than breaking it. This is actually tough and good. Good and tough material. So was that a challenge? Yeah, it was a challenge because this stuff can produce a crackly edge, as witnessed there. So when I come back to it, I'm probably going to take that edge back a lot more. If I want it to look smooth. Yeah. Alright, that's good enough for that. Make sure I don't break it. Did I do that? I don't know. I don't remember. How do I make one out of this? That could be a more difficult piece. You already know how I'm going to do that one. You've already seen me do these. Yes or no? Let's try this one. You've already seen me do these plenty of times already. Or no? You don't remember? You're not remembering on purpose, right? I'm gonna say I don't remember, so he'll do it. Yeah, but he can't hear you, dude. We're winding down, can you tell? This is just negotiating the Crackiola pudding. Yeah. Where is it? I don't know. Could be anywhere. It's like negotiating a swamp. Where do I go next? I don't know. Everywhere you look, it could be a potential sinkhole. You could be sinking there. One wrong move and you're down in the water. Up to your waistline or wherever. Who goes around messing around in swamps? I don't know, people looking for arrow shoots? I don't know who they could be. Arrow shafts? So you know all the best stuff grows in swamps, right? You know that, right? No, you didn't know that? Man. I thought they grew in tulips, because you can always say in tiptoe through the tulips. Oh, I wish. I wish those arrow shafts would grow in the tulips. I was trouncing around in the swamp last Friday. And they're not fully frozen, but luckily I didn't hit a spot that was deep. But yeah, trouncing around in half-frozen swamp is a dicey business. But that's where the arrow shoots are. Yep. That's where I like to hang out. At least around here. Yeah, you find some on solid ground, but most of the solid ground around here is either farmland or managed forest. If it's, if it's sound, solid ground. If it's kind of mushy or if there's a stream running through it or something, then it gets a little bit wilder, but the flatlands that are easy to access are usually used for something else, so you never see good chutes and arrow shafts growing in there. Because they're either cut down every once in a while or something comes through and thins it out. So there I am. I'm trouncing around in swamps and slippery slopes in the winter, looking for arrow shoots. One of the advantages of doing these little pink lady type obsidian nodules is I got a friend of mine that wants an arrowhead out of this stuff. So I'm looking. I don't know if I can find it, but I'm looking. Yeah. This might be a good one. I mean, it is a good one, but I don't know if I can't really see the color that well. But see, that's how I do these. That's how I do these. I talk about gathering arrow shoots, and then I end up doing it. That's the secret. And talk about something else. Before you know it, you're like, dang, I already finished it. I already took care of the problem areas. I wasn't even paying attention. And I'm doing the napping. I wasn't even paying attention to my own napping. Yeah. If I pay too much attention, it don't work. It doesn't work. It gets all wonky. It gets all weird. And then, same thing happens to you and you end up sending it to me and say, can you do something with it, please? Let me see. Okay, I'm trying to do something with it, right? Don't be wandering off. Don't go outside checking the gas gauge on your car. Well, I forgot to fill it. Dang it. Can't watch the video. Gotta go fill the tank. What? I missed when the part where he took off that real thick ridge. Dang it. See, that's your own fault. You don't need no stinking gas in the tank. You don't need to check to see if your dog's tangled up with the Christmas tree lights outside. Nope. I got a tree up in my front yard that I could have put little Christmas tree lights on, but I didn't. I just put them along the ground. like a little pathway. It lights up my little pathway. Yeah. Maybe next year I'll put more lights. Yeah. It's always next year. I don't have a dog on this property. No, there's no fence. Skunks and people and possums and foxes. They come up right up to my door. Eat the cat food. I can hear them munching on it. Through the door, I can hear them munching. No. Some of them are really neat and dainty eaters. Some of them, you hear the you hear the bowl bouncing up against the side of the door. I think the skunks are the ones that they spill the cat food out of the bowl, and they also are noisy eaters. I think that's what they. I can't see them. I need to put in some kind of a mirror or something somewhere so I can see who's at the door munching on the cat food. Other than the stray cats. The cats are very dainty about it, and I think the possums are dainty about eating that food. One of those animals is like a clumsy ox just chowing down on it. I don't know who it is. I still got my Christmas tree up, but I don't have the lights turned on anymore. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put that Christmas tree. I don't want to put it back in a box. I'm gonna leave it set up. I'm gonna get a cover for it and just store it standing up with all the ornaments and everything. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. The lights are already built into it, so I don't have to worry about the lights. But the ornaments, I bought not too many ornaments, but I bought some. Put them on there. I don't want to mess with them. This is a clear or smoky obsidian. Just in case you're wondering, this is not black butter. So to be fair, this has got a very good strength to it, so it's not going to snap in half as easily as the black butter or the gray butter. We got both of those types in here, black and gray. Yeah, this is clear, smoky stuff. Does that make sense? Clear, smoky? Transparent, smoky stuff. Oh, there's a crack in that. Where did you come from? I'm not supposed to. Yeah. Not supposed to. I'm just gonna have to make another narrow Humboldt. Dang it. No, it's not a dang it. It's a do it. It's not a dang it. It's a do it. Yeah. Got another square edge because of that crack. Yeah. Gotta do it all over again. Come on. It's good stuff. Sometimes it gets on my nerves. I don't want to hit it hard. It makes me have to do those hard hits. And all those flakes are unpredictable. I'm trying to sneak up on this stuff. The sneaking sometimes doesn't work that good. One hour and 47 minutes. There are movies that take less time than that. Yeah, but it's not been just one arrowhead. It's been a bunch of bifaces. Don't worry, I can't see the edge either. How can you do it if you can't see the edge? Oh, years of experience, I suppose. I can kind of feel where it is. Kinda. How does it transcribe the word kinda? I don't know. Am I even gonna look at that? No, I don't care. If it doesn't transcribe it properly, it's on it. It's not on me. It is its own fault. Not my fault. Oh, I'm not supposed to. Look at that. I scooped it. Oh, you almost overshot that. I'm talking to the rock. Because if it overshoots it, it's because it did it. Okay? It's not my fault. What am I doing? I'm trying to thin it without curving it. And without scooping it. People don't want to just see the ridge removed. They want to see it thinned down from there. How do you thin it down from there? With thinness? I thin it down with some thinness. Yeah. That's all. That's the only explanation you're going to get. I told you in my channel news I'm not going to explain it. Sometimes I gotta make up stuff just to try to explain it when I don't even know how it works. I don't know how it does it. I just know that if I practice doing it, I get better at it, whatever it's doing. I've tried preparing the edge for every strike, and it's even less successful than just opportunistic striking for me. Especially when it eats up the edge, trying to isolate each area, and then I've got no more width. Where did the width go? You're asking yourself, why did it get so narrow? All I did was prepare each area with an isolated platform. That's not bad. Well, it is bad if you want width. You don't care about how wide it is, then it's not bad. Isolating a platform only gives you one shot. So I like a continuous area of operations with many options. Like a continuous platform. Those are my favorite. A continuous striking area is my favorite. Not isolated. Oh, I'm going to have to do it eventually. For some points. Yeah. If there's evidence for isolated platforms, like on some of these basal thinning flakes or flutes, there is evidence of isolating the platform. If there's evidence of isolating the platform on the edges, I'll do it. There's evidence that modern knappers do it. Yeah, but that don't count. Ooh, I would like to knap this down. Maybe I can leave some of the cortex on the bottom. I'll save that for later. Save that for laters. I'm gonna try that one with the bottom cortex. I think there's one at the bottom. It might be interesting. No. It's just a spall. I think I've exhausted my possibilities. Hey, this is a kind of gunmetal gray. I need to save that one up on this other side. What's it doing over here in the box? No, this is Pink Lady. Or something to that effect. Look at that. That's a bulb of percussion. How can it be right in the middle? That's a good question. Something fell on it. Yeah. I think maybe that can also happen if there's a rock sitting on top and you drive over it. The rock on top will put enough pressure on to blow out the surface with a nice bulb of percussion, or it's a bulb of pressure in that case. If you're driving over it, it's pressure that does it. Have I seen that before? Yeah, but it's not that neat, so I'm just speculating. It doesn't usually produce a nice bulb Unless you drop something directly on top of it, like a percussion strike. Yeah, I think I'm going to go to sleep early tonight. I'm supposed to do some more than just the bifaces tonight, but I'm going to go to sleep early so that by the time my appointment comes on Friday, I'm feeling healthy enough to catch something else. Yeah. That scooped it a lot. What is up with that? I mean, I hit that really, really hard, but it wasn't supposed to do that. This is really tough obsidian. It's weird to say that because I hardly ever get a chance to knap anything like this. Yeah, it's really, really hard. Dang it. The flakes don't want to travel like regular obsidian. Yeah, whenever I encounter some of this hard obsidian, it always brings up the question, how do they do this with antler and stuff? Because this is hard. It'll eat up the antler for sure. Yeah. Probably going to have to just knap thin flakes of this. You won't be able to get these turtlebacks off easily. Unless you use some hammerstone technique, maybe. A very precise hammerstone technique. I don't know. I haven't tried this type of obsidian with antler anyway, so I don't know. Maybe it's not that bad. Why don't you keep your antler tools handy? Because I got everything else in here. And I don't want to. So any excuse is a good excuse not to. Why don't I want to? Because it messes with the mindset. I don't feel like having to have all these learning curves intersect each other. It should be fun, man. The more different tools you use, the more fun it is. The more challenging the stone gets, the more fun it is. Yeah. No. Sorry. Look at that. That's just so much different than that piece I just knapped. It looks like it would be around the same consistency, but they're so different. Yeah, this is very different. Okay. Knowing what I know now, what am I going to do? I don't know. It just doesn't want to. It doesn't want to do long flakes. It doesn't want to do the long flake thing. Oh, you sneaky. Come on. Got some glass in there. Man. All right. I'm taking big flakes just so I can get some distance, but it's making everything all wonky. Yeah, these little flakes don't want to travel. That one wasn't bad. It's probably just because of coincidence that surface was, and it was conducive. Yeah, that's it. Conducive. What's the difference between a conducive surface and an inconducive surface? You have to describe it after the fact. If it cooperates, it's conducive, but you don't know. Yeah, doesn't do you any good. In order to predict, you gotta know beforehand what it is. So did you see how I took out that wonkiness, or most of it? Still having issues with it, but did you see or no? No? Oh well. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. It's already been 2 hours. I could go through more of that box. I'm pretty sure there's some still in there that I could be knapping that would be good challenges. But I think those are all previously napped pieces and not straight from the ground, so to speak. Yeah, this is going to require a little bit more finesse to flatten this. So right now I'm pretty tired or worn out. My eyes are worn out. I wouldn't want to tackle this because it can get crunchy really easily. I wouldn't want to tackle this when I'm tired. There might be an issue here with an internal crack. Right here. That might be an internal issue, but I don't think it is. I don't see anything else. When it gets thin, it might get transparent, but I don't know. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to call it a night. I don't even think I'm going to worry about the thumbnail. I didn't wear my gaiters. Man, I'm slacking. Yeah. All right. I can't think of... anything else to talk about. Oh, I know where it's... Remember that from my previous video? I remember this. I don't know if I should mess with that because it's such a cool fossil or whatever it is. Okay, that's it. Yep. There you go.